While my brothers and I were born in the Netherlands, you could say our story was truly born in Canada. This is a country close to our heart where 80 years ago, Canada opened its doors to our royal family. Princess Juliana, future Queen Beatrix, and later Princess Margriet, born on Canadian soil but Dutch by proclamation, all found safety in Canada. In Stratford, Ontario, where I live with my wife and 4 beautiful children, we're converting a former furniture factory into a residential project that once served as the Princess Juliana Kazerne, a Dutch training camp where young Dutch nationals from across North America and the Caribbean were recruited to bolster the Royal Netherlands Brigade, Princess Irene, a brigade that fought alongside Canadian forces that led to the liberation of the Netherlands. Post-war, thousands of Dutch citizens immigrated to Canada in search of land, opportunity, and peace. Today, more than 1 million Canadians have Dutch ancestry. Their influence can be seen in farming communities, trade, and even town names across Canada. The tulips that bloom each spring in Ottawa tell a story of gratitude that spans generations. From Princess Juliana's first gift of 100,000 bulbs in 1945 to today's annual shipment, these flowers symbolize something deeper, a relationship rooted in trust, mutual respect, and shared prosperity. Today, Business EQ and BMI continue this tradition of Dutch-Canadian partnership, but instead of tulips, we're cultivating shared opportunities. Growing up in this environment, we literally cultivated our first opportunity in Canada as teens with a landscape company that we started with 3 wheelbarrows, a truck, and sold potted plants at a local farmer's market. In our 20s, we secured a landscaping contract with Toyota for their new plant in Woodstock, Ontario that grew to handle their final factory clean before the plant opened. Managing both successfully, Toyota asked us if we would be interested in handling their metals recovery and recycling program. Being the young entrepreneurial types that we were, of course, we said yes. Metals recycling led us to the world of resource recovery, structural demolition, and our first pivot from recovery to property revitalization. From 3 wheelbarrows to Toyota's trust, we learned that success comes from seeing potential where others see problems. Whether that's repurposing of industrial assets or revitalizing abandoned properties. The integration of resource recovery with revitalization wasn't just a business move, it was a vision for large-scale renewal. Across Canada, legacy paper mills with multi-million-dollar infrastructure investments are lying dormant. Executives facing declining print markets needed strategic partners for controlled asset transfer. These complex sites require environmental remediation, stakeholder engagement, and phased financial implementation. What makes these opportunities extraordinary is that they're located in mineral and wood-rich areas with existing industrial power and multimodal infrastructure, precisely when the world is renegotiating resource corridors. From Ontario's north to Niagara's south, each project taught us how to transform legacy assets into economic hubs, establishing BMI's reputation for successfully managing complex industrial transitions. Today, BMI commands a very unique portfolio of directly owned sites positioned for sustainable logistics, energy transition infrastructure, and resource processing. Our strength lies in deep local roots, strong relationships with government, Indigenous communities, and private partners through ESG-aligned community-based development. What sets us apart is execution power and speed. We control the full development chain from acquisition to long-term management, enabling faster, more agile project delivery. As Business EQ's exclusive Canadian development partner, BMI provides European investors access to high-impact, locally managed opportunities. Together, we're not just developing sites, we're building a platform for a sustainable resource future. With Business EQ as our investment partner, we applied our proven ready stating and refuturing model to our largest project, Bioveld Niagara, 600 acres in the Golden Horseshoe, Canada's economic powerhouse. Located where high industrial demand meets proximity to U.S. markets and marine, rail and highway networks, Bioveld's strategic value attracted major tenants and over $1 billion in tenant investments. A project that started with one acquisition that led to relationships with Canada's ports and seaway authorities is expanding to become a premier location along Canada's busiest seaway route for commercial shipping. It's here that we assembled a multi-sector task force spanning the private and public sector to attract Asahi Kasei and the sale of our Port Colborne property to Asahi's $1.8 billion lithium battery separator plant. Canada is positioned to be a major player in the new energy economy, but resources are only valuable if you can move them to markets efficiently. We are building the Canadian Critical Mineral Corridor to systematically connect the mining, refining, and manufacturing of Canada's mineral wealth with global demand. Red Rock, our northernmost Great Lakes port and closest access point to the Ring of Fire mineral deposits. Through our partnership with RockTech's European-grade lithium converter, Red Rock is set to become a preferred logistics and processing hub for Northern Ontario lithium processing and mineral logistics. Bioveld Niagara, our 600-acre multimodal clean tech innovation and industrial enterprise campus, partnered with HOPA, the Hamilton Oshawa Port Authority, is located at the center of Ontario's EV manufacturing corridor. In Quebec, we've partnered with the Port of Baie-Comeau and Northern Graphite to create a world-class industrial and mineral processing hub with global import-export advantages. Nordera is the Atlantic gateway that connects Canada's resources directly to global markets. Including a direct line to the Port of Rotterdam, this integrated network transforms how critical minerals move from mine to market. The Great Lakes region, if considered a single economy, would be the world's third largest. Our corridor leverages this economic scale while positioning for Ontario's Ring of Fire and lithium developments, Quebec's graphite resources, and the long-term demand for critical minerals. This isn't speculative real estate development. This is patient infrastructure investment, where investing in one part of the corridor strengthens the entire system.
Als Business EQ hebben we dit uitdagende speelveld gestructureerd voor beleggers die aangesproken worden door stabiele business op het gebied van industrieel vastgoed en infrastructuur. Niet iedereen kan beleggen met een lange termijn scope, terwijl onze projecten dat wel vragen. Ons IPC-netwerk biedt daarom zowel flexibiliteit aan de Nederlandse als zekerheid aan de Canadese kant. Als investeerder neem je deel in goed voorbereide, strategisch gelegen projecten, ondersteund door een team dat de Canadese markt door en door kent.
Why Canada? Because this is where space, resources, and clean energy come together to build the economy of tomorrow. Why now? Because the world is shifting, and those who step in now help shape sustainable growth and future returns. Join us. Invest in better. Invest in what's next.